Hello, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a different video for me today. I'm actually out with the trolley. I'm on a little mission. So I just popped to the shop to grab some milk. Whiz there and back on the bike. And I spotted there was like a filing cabinet with some books and stuff on there. So I stopped and I picked up the books and all this sort of jazz. Calculator didn't work, so I left that behind. But then the filing cabinet itself, I decided to look that up. And there was comps for like 70 quid, or between like 35 quid and 70 quid. So I've now got the trolley. I'm coming back out to come and pick up the filing cabinet, bring it back, clean it up, get it listed, and hopefully make some pure profit off of a street find. So that's what I'm currently doing. But I just wanted to check in and say thank you for all the support on the channel recently. It's been great. We've been being more consistent. We're getting videos out and everyone seems to be enjoying them. Especially the latest one I just did was the longest video I've done for a while, but I was scared people might get bored. But it seems like everyone's enjoying it, watching it all the way through, checking out them scooter skills, you know what I'm saying? Just coming past the skip and I noticed this in the skip. Do I need to look this up and try and take it out, or is that just, you know, what wallpaper is this? £1. What's that in there? Advent. I don't want to start pulling out electricals. There's potentially some value there, and I'll do some research and I'll pop a listing up of that Waltham thing if I can find anything. But I'm not going to pick that up. I'm going to pick it up, it's going to sit there, nothing's going to happen with it. It's a shame to see that it's in a skip, but I don't want to start rummaging through the skip, especially without the person's permission and it being on their house and stuff. If it was like round the side of something or in the middle of nowhere, I might rummage through, but yeah, I'm going to leave that for now. But in all seriousness, thank you all so much for the support on the channel recently. I really want to keep growing this thing, grow it as big as I possibly can. So I'm just trying to do as much as I possibly can, get involved in as much as I possibly can. And sometimes that's to my detriment because I end up spreading myself too thin and not being able to do everything. But it's that whole thing of like, shoot for the sun and end up among the stars instead of aiming for the sky and ended up on the roof. I remember hearing Gary Vee say that once and it's always stuck with me for some reason. But we're getting to the main road now, so it might get a bit loud because I don't have my mic on me. So I'll check in with you once we get to this filing cabinet. This is the culprit. This thing's knackered, so we don't want that. We don't want that thing. So that can stay there. But we're going to load this bad boy up into the trolley, take him home. I'll even put it on a little towel, not to scratch it. Highly appreciate it. And there we go. Pickup secured. A little bit rusty on the bottom, but nothing we can't sort out. We'll try and clean up. And now we head on back, get this thing sorted. Now, some of you are probably thinking, Tommy, what the hell are you doing? You said you weren't going to pick up big, bulky items, especially when they're free and on the street and tempting to grab. I know, but needs must, right? That's what I'm learning. Needs bloody must. I don't care at the moment whether it, like, you know, I don't care where the stock's coming from, whether it was free, whether I had to pay for it or not, whether it's big or whether it's small. I'm just listing it and I want it to sell. Like, beggars can't be choosers, as they say, and I'm definitely in that situation right now. Things are very tight. It's definitely the slowest it's ever been for me in terms of with the business, and I haven't had time really to put too much away in like savings or a backup or anything to sort of rely on. So we're scrambling a little bit at the minute. And I was sort of realizing this last night that I'm starting to operate from like panic mode a little, where this last week has been the worst week I've ever had on eBay. £333 in sales. That's the worst week I've had since being full-time in over a year. And it's just been a stress. It's been a stress, and I've been realizing that I'm starting to do things out of panic. I'm starting to allow things to just like creep in and procrastinate, and I'm realizing my energy is just completely zapped, and I don't know why, because I haven't really been doing that much. And then I'm realizing now it's because I've just been stressed, and I don't always show it, and I don't always talk about it, and I'm still learning how to process all this stuff. Like, I had one of the best sales I had, like second best sale I had, that Henry Lloyd coat that sold for 250 quid. Was well chuffed with that, had a whole little celebration. And then I ended up having to return that item. The customer wanted to return it, so I've had to refund them 250 quid. And I've never had to refund an item that large before. Like, it sounds silly, like it's just another item, right? It's just another item. Anytime it was a £10 item, 15, 20 quid, sure, yeah, refund, no problem, happy to do it. But when it's £250, it makes your stomach turn. It literally, like, felt like I wanted to be sick. It was horrible. But I get it, right? It is just a part of the business. It's another item. I've just got to be prepared for that. And like, this kind of thing makes you realize when you're not so prepared for it, by like, I should have kept that money in lieu, you know, like in a float before I spent it or whatever. But I put that into my tax bill when I was paying my tax off. So I kind of I'm a bit tight for things at the moment. So I'm trying to do whatever I can. That's why we're fiddling around with eBay, trying to take off stuff that's been slow or not performing well for us. We're taking it off of the platform. I've just loaded like 72, I think, items onto Whatnot for our show on Sunday. So come and join us Sunday, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Toys and collectibles show. 72 items are there, like in the show, with pictures and everything ready for people to browse, pre-bid. I've also been cross-listing to Vinted. There's like 200 and some items on my Vinted at the moment, if people want to go and shop there. Similar, it's like all the same clothing stock as I've got on my eBay, but probably lower prices and no fees. So there's that. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to do whatever I can. I'm trying to figure out where the next stock is coming from. I've potentially got this amazing deal that is like on the horizon, but I don't know if it's gonna come or not. Someone who like has collected a lot of Converse throughout the years, and they're sort of like looking to liquidate it, and I'm just getting in contact with them basically and trying to find out what number like how many there are, what sort of numbers are we looking at, and is that something I could viably do in the near future. But right now I definitely can't. Like, I need to get the funds up and the cash flow there, and I knew I would have this issue. So that's why I said at the start of the year, cash flow is top priority for me, and I'm trying to crack this code again, because it worked best before when I would like buy a load of stock. Say it cost me £50, for example, and then I do a Whatnot show. We sell a bunch of the stuff on there, and we make our £50 back and a little bit of profit, and then everything else goes onto eBay or goes onto Vinted or whatever, and then we make our money back, and then everything else that goes onto eBay and Vinted will just be pure profit because we've already recouped the cost. And then we'd go out and we source the next lot, again, Whatnot, and then the rest goes onto Vinted and eBay. Like, I think that should be the flow, and I'm just trying to get back to it. But different kind of video today. Thought I'd just check in, show you what I'm doing while I'm on this little filing cabinet mission here. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. A little bit of a different one, inspired by Bold Finds and his parcel drop series. So yeah, thanks for joining me.